Her former friend dropped a marriage-ending secret. Am I the a-hole for not knowing how to react after finding out my wife slept with her ex while we were getting serious? My wife and I have been together for 4 years and married for less than 1. We were even trying to have our first child together. Everything felt normal until I got an email at work. My wife and I met through the same friend group. Before we got together, she had been dating another guy. Their relationship had fallen apart because he decided to disappear for 6 months on a road trip with his ex-girlfriend. By the time he came back, she had moved on. About a year later, she and I started dating. We're very different people. I'm more traditional, structured, and career-focused. She's artistic, spontaneous, and a little more free-spirited. We had some bumps early on, but after that, everything seemed great. We moved in together, I proposed, we got married, and eventually, we started trying to have a baby. There was only one person who never seemed happy for us, one of my wife's longtime friends. They had known each other since middle school, but over the years they'd become more like frenemies than actual friends. After my wife skipped one of her events, that friendship completely exploded. That's when I received the email. According to her former friend, while my wife and I had just started dating, she wasn't sure which relationship she wanted. So when her ex came back into town, she met up with him several times, and according to the email, they slept together once or twice. The email claimed my wife had confessed everything to her years ago and had simply decided never to tell me. About 30 minutes after I finished reading it, my phone exploded with text messages from my wife. She immediately admitted it had happened. She said they had coffee a few times. She admitted they had sex once, and she insisted she had never spoken to him again after ending it. I just sat there staring at my phone. Part of me wanted to go home, crawl into bed, and pretend I'd never opened the email. Another part of me was furious, not only because of what happened, but because she'd hidden it from me for years. I remembered that around that same time she had asked me if we were exclusive. At the time, I thought she just wanted reassurance. Now, I wasn't so sure. Then there was the friend. Was she telling me because I deserved to know? Or was she only trying to destroy my marriage because she'd had a falling out with my wife? I honestly didn't know what hurt more, the secret or the timing. I was exhausted, sick with a terrible cold, and couldn't even process any of it. Relevant comments. Commenter: you don't have to make a decision today. Get over your cold first. Sleep, think, maybe talk to a counselor, and definitely put trying for a baby on hold. No matter what happens with your marriage, stay far away from the former friend. She didn't reveal this to protect you. She did it because she wanted to hurt your wife. The biggest question is whether you were actually exclusive when this happened. If you both expected exclusivity, that's a major breach of trust. If not, it's still painful, but it's a different situation. Make sure you follow for more videos posted daily. Update: 6 days later. Sorry for disappearing, but I ended up feeling awful. My cold got even worse. I took medicine, slept for almost an entire day, watched television, and honestly avoided thinking about any of this. My wife took care of me while I recovered. She didn't pressure me to talk. She waited until I actually felt better. Then something happened that made everything even more complicated. Sitting on the table was a positive pregnancy test. We had been trying for a baby for quite a while, so seeing that changed everything. Once I was thinking clearly again, we finally had a long conversation. She answered every question I had. She explained that before we started dating, she'd been in a serious relationship with her ex. When he left on a long trip with his own ex-girlfriend, she believed that relationship was basically over. Then she met me. A few months into our relationship, things became rocky. I had applied to graduate programs and believed I would have to move away. She wasn't sure whether to move with me after only a few months together or end the relationship. During that uncertainty, her ex came back. The first time they met, they only talked. The second time, they slept together. She said she regretted it almost immediately. The final time they met was so she could tell him goodbye before moving away with me. She admitted they fooled around briefly again before ending things for good. She also admitted that around that same time, she had been terrified. She was afraid she'd leave everything behind to move with me. only for me to meet someone else at my new school and leave her. Eventually, I reassured her that wasn't going to happen. She moved with me, and according to her, that was the last time she ever had any contact with him. Looking back over the years, I realized something. She had never given me another reason not to trust her. She'd always been open. We both had access to each other's phones. There were never mysterious disappearances, no suspicious behavior, no flirting, no hidden friendships, nothing. I asked whether she'd gotten tested afterward because her ex had a reputation for sleeping around. She calmly told me she absolutely had. As the weekend went on, the anger slowly faded. Not because I thought what happened was okay, but because I believed it truly had been a mistake made during the confusing beginning of our relationship. The bigger issue now became the former friend. My wife asked if she should try talking things out with her. I said absolutely not. Together, we sent one final email telling her we wanted nothing more to do with her. She replied saying, "It was a joke." She claimed she had only been trying to be funny. I blocked her email immediately. My wife removed her from all social media. And just like that, a friendship that had lasted decades was over. Some people probably think I should have reacted much more strongly. But after looking at everything, the timing, the circumstances, the years of honesty afterward, and the family we were about to start, I decided this was something we could move past. Hopefully this chapter is behind us. So tell me, am I the a-hole?